Want to have, the grilled vegetable sandwich, you don't have to. You shouldn't hate your life. You shouldn't dread every meal. Just eat healthier quality food in balance. And it's like, have pop chips instead of Cheetos, for God's sake. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, make chips? Make choices like that. Make smarter choices with your foods. But it should never stress you out. Just know that it's simple math, and work within those parameters, and you'll be totally fine. One more question. One more. Oh, and I got the oh. I love that kind of enthusiasm. Go for it.
Will you be doing any more Losing It with Jillian? Because my family needs help. But none of them would actually accept it. So
you know what?
Except me.
Here's the problem with Losing It. Well, there were many. There were so many. There were many. You know, we did that show, and it was sort of doomed from go. I mean, it's like, quick, she's out of loser, throw this thing together, and they're 400 pounds, but they have 6 weeks to lose weight, and we come back, and even though they lost 50 pounds, it looks like they had a new haircut. Like, it was just, I mean, the schedule was impossible, and then it's like I had to go into 10 months of Biggest Loser, 2 seasons, back to back, and I also think, here's the truth behind that show, it's too hard to watch. I think it's like, unless you come back a year later, and it's like, okay, you're totally out of debt, and you're totally, all the weight is gone. Going on that journey, I think, for America, Biggest Loser is like a fantasy. They're on a ranch, they look like Easter eggs, they're in a little pink t-shirt, you know what I mean? They're in Wonderland. Like, you don't see them in their street clothes, with their kids, at their job, living their life, and so the identification is different. Whereas when you would watch Losing It, you're like, those are my kids crying themselves to sleep every night. That is, my husband that goes to work and I worry he's gonna drop dead of a heart attack. Like, people can't handle it right now. It was too heavy. It just was too much, I think. And I have the ability to get too heavy. Shocker. So I think that as much as I loved that show, I think it's not the right time for it. I think it's too heavy. And I think we need information that's uplifting, that's empowering, but that's done in a much more fun, entertaining way. But the ones that it's like that show is for people that can read Unlimited. But if Unlimited sold 1 million books, we would be over the moon. Over the moon. But 5 million people watch a show on primetime, it's not, it doesn't cut it. So, I know.
It was a good show.
But we'll find the next one.
It was excellent. I've not seen anything on TV like that. It was excellent.
Thank you, buddy.
Because it got
Much
to the
appreciated.
heart.
This was, more of what you saw in Losing It is what's in Unlimited. You got to see it more than you did on Loser. I really want to think. One more. One more. Are you guys okay though? Because it's like, I know you might want to get out of here. Because it's like you're the ones that are going to be stuck here in this line.
We've been here 12 hours.
Go in the back. Yell.
Hi. Okay, so you talked about being vegan and you're concerned about being vegan. What about being vegetarian?
Okay.
Eat eggs and dairy. What do you think about that?
Gosh, okay, so here's the thing with being vegan, and I know that like all the vegans want to just roll up and gouge my eyes out right now. It's on a spiritual level, I think it's a beautiful thing. On a global level, it's the best thing you can do for the planet. On a human level, it is not the best thing you can do for your body. It's just not. It's not. We're omnivores, period. Talk to any doctor, it's just not. Now, there are vegans that are incredibly healthy, but these are people that have the money and the knowledge to supplement appropriately. When you're vegan, you need to be supplementing appropriately. You need to be food combining. It's like an avocado with a black bean when the moon is right in the sky will give me all the right amino acids. I mean, it's impossible to do. I tried it. It's like, Celestine monks have picked this particular beetroot that I will combine. I mean, you can't. It's just not accessible. So with that said, I think. And the other problem is that a lot of vegans turn to soy for protein. And if some of you may know this, I'm incredibly anti-soy. Soy is, first of all, soy in this country is 90+% genetically modified. And what that means is we have no idea what the ramifications are on our environment of that and on our bodies, because the companies that hold the patent won't let us test the genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops are built to tolerate herbicide and pesticide. So we then consume all these herbicides and pesticides, and you're seeing infertility, cancer, autoimmune disease. That's a big part of the reason. And in addition, soy that isn't fermented, in theory, a lot of endocrinologists believe that it has isoflavones in it that attack thyroid. And I believe that's why we're seeing so many women, in particular with hypothyroidism these days, is because of all the GMO soy in our foods. So I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about vegans eating so much soy. And I want people to get protein. So vegetarian, I like is if you can do eggs, if you could do organic dairy, if you could do beans, that's something. I would love to see people be able to eat a little bit of seafood. And again, nowadays it's like, seafood is a tough conversation. So it could have mercury, it could have all kinds of junk in it. So some is actually better farmed and some is better wild. And there's a resource at MontereyBayAquarium.com where you can go on and it will say, this seafood's safe, that seafood is safe, and it will tell you what to eat in what quantities, which is your best bet.
What's that called again?
Okay, MontereyBayAquarium.com. Okay? Are you gonna stab my eyes out for the vegan thing, or you feel okay about it?
I'm vegetarian, so I don't know if I can start eating fish yet, but I'm not vegan, so I'm not.
Fair enough. Then I won't worry too much about you. How about one more?
Sure.
Go.
What is the one phrase or word that you would just completely say it's your most somehow like the best word or phrase you have to motivate us for like somehow?
The best word or phrase I have to motivate you.
You have a lot, but out of all of
I don't. You want to know my answer to this question? You cannot seek motivation from an external source. And you can find moments of inspiration, sure. Can you see something and can it inspire you and can it catalyze change? Absolutely, but here's the truth. If you want lasting change, then you have to look inside. And as trite as that sounds, change is hard. It's not easy. It's hard. It's hard all the way around. But there's a quote in the book. It's Nietzsche. I like it because it makes me sound smart. It's from, I'm like, I'll quote Nietzsche and then I'll look really intelligent. It's from Twilight of the Idols, and he basically says, if you have a why to live for, you can tolerate anyhow. And what that basically means is, I hate the treadmill. I hate it. And I hate broccoli a lot. But I like skinny jeans. That means a lot to me. Can you tell? They make me super happy. So I'm willing to eat broccoli and do my treadmill to wear my skinny jeans. So when you stop and you think, okay, I need inspiration, I need motivation to keep going, I'm going to say to you, for what? What is it that you want to be motivated to achieve? And don't tell me healthy. Don't tell me that. I don't know what that means. That's like me saying, I'm going to go to the Northeast. Where in the Northeast? Good for you. Where are you going? Versus, I'm going to the Empire State Building. That's a destination. That's a goal and something you can visualize and something you can measure and achieve. So you ask yourself this, and there's no reason that's too shallow and no reason that's too profound. Do you want to live to be 100? Do you want to see your grandchildren's children graduate from college? Do you want skinny jeans? Do you want to have, are there children present? Yes, with one of my bosses, so never mind. Sorry. Okay, I was going to give you something slightly more risque, and now I won't. Bottom line is, all the reasons that you might, can I say look better naked, Linda?
There you go.
You want to look better naked?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Who wants to look, thank you. So my bottom line is this, you look inside yourself, you ask, what is it that I truly want? And when you form an emotional connection to that goal, it's going to be worth any amount of work. It's all about perspective. So don't ask me that question. Ask yourself that question, and that's where you're going to find the answers. All right, I'm leaving it up to you. You want one more or you want to get started?
More.
Sure, you're the ones that are stuck here.
That's all right.
I got all night.
So do we.
All right, one more. Okay. I want to see enthusiasm with the hands. You want like, oh. Go ahead.
Okay, me? Hey,
Yeah. Got you?
All right,
Anybody but you, actually. You are the only one that I will not take a question from. We should make this poor girl in the corner who didn't want to ask do it again. Just kidding, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how do you deal with plateauing? It's like the worst. I mean, it's like...
With plateauing?
The diet and everything else.
Why is it the worst?
Because it's, I don't even know. It's
That's not an answer. I don't want to hear, I don't know. You're not, when you say I don't know, that's a defense mechanism, which means you're not allowing yourself to look inside. That's going to get us nowhere. Why is it the worst?
Because, I mean, after trying everything, doing everything, like, for so long, and then you're just stuck at a point like this,
You feel stagnant in your life?
Yeah. But
Okay.
Like physically.
Have you lost weight already?
Yeah, like 25 pounds.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, buckaroo.
It won't stop. It won't go down. Like,
Buddy, hold on. You're like way off base. Cool your jets. Okay, first of all, you got more applause for your 25 pounds than I got walking in the room. So what you're missing here is the point, okay? I'm gonna answer this question literally, and then I'm gonna answer it with what's really happening with you. Number one, a plateau is often just the body's way adapting to losing 25 pounds. It simply requires you to up your calories by 10%, take a couple days off exercise, jump back into the fray with more intensity, mix up your routine, moving on. That's not what's really happening here, because if you tell me something like, it's the worst, that's like a very deeply loaded emotional response. It's the worst. I mean, so here's the thing. What you need to be doing is celebrating the 25 pounds that you lost. No. You're clearly not. Because you would be in a place where you would say, I've lost 25 pounds, I look good, I feel good, I'm living a healthy lifestyle, and now I'm gonna allow things to unfold. But if you're feeling like it's not enough, I need more, I'm stagnant, I need to keep going, that's a whole different ball of wax. You know what I'm saying? That is you not taking a moment to really, you're running from something. So if you can't sit there and say, I've lost 25 pounds, I'm excited, my body's plateaued, but when you say it's the worst, that's a totally different thing. So here's my recommendation to you. Sit in the quiet for a minute. Sit in the stagnant feeling that you have. When look at you, you're fidgeting, you're biting your nails. Come on, it's like, and you're rocking, but she's like, oh no, I'm gonna go in the corner in a minute. I hate that feeling too, trust me. I get it. And that's what patience felt like to me. It felt like a plateau. So welcome. You don't have any. Yeah, of course you don't. Look at you. So guess what, kid? You're gonna learn the same lesson I'm gonna learn, and it sucks. And I'm really glad I'm not going through it alone. And here's what you need to think about. You need to think about this. Whenever you feel like 25 pounds isn't enough, or, you know, number 4 on the bestseller list isn't enough, which my mother ripped me last night about that. I was like, oh, it's only number 4. She was like, honey, don't ever leave therapy. I'm serious. She's like, you're never leaving. You're gonna do sleepovers with Dr. Wolson. You're never leaving. And the truth of the matter is, sweetheart, you need to sit in this. You need to sit in whatever's coming up. You need to be celebrating your 25 pounds. You need to allow this to marinate and find this sort of new you that this weight is allowing you to kind of uncover and unfold. And go on a journey of self-discovery. Don't make it all about the physical. You want to break the plateau? I told you how to do it. It's that simple. But when you say it's the worst, it means that there's a lesson for you in this, and you need to learn it. And life has a way of it. Oprah said this, and I loved it. And then I promise we'll start the signing. She goes, "The universe speaks to you in whispers at first, and then kind of throws a pebble. And it's like, okay, I'm sort of hearing this message." And then it throws a brick, and then the whole wall's gonna come down on you. So the thing is this, if you don't learn to do this now, life is gonna bring you back to the same lesson until you get it. And it's just like what I was saying to my business partner last night. I was like, if it's not this, I'll find something else, and I'll find something else, and I'll find something else, until I learn this lesson. And so I'm gonna say, celebrate your 25 pounds. Stop thinking about this. I want you to forget this for a month. That is your mission. Don't get on the scale. Don't think about weight, and enjoy your life. Do not do it. Do not. Don't do it. Don't allow yourself to do it. You're using it to distract yourself. Okay? And see what comes. Fair enough? Then Facebook me and tell me I was right, because I love that. Because I love that, and I usually am. All right, who's ready? Yeah!
All right, so here's the deal.